Hey, it's your boy 950 Kev for the 950 Lounge Show with LeBron James in the radio game, the most electrifying man in media today. And I'm 1/5 of the best team in radio. So I'm joined by my brother Rodeo, the funny guy, just the classic man, the cynic, aka Mr. Roper, backstage Ed, and the lovely, super talented Steph Pearl. It's 950 Lounge every day, all day on multiple networks. So take us a listen, let us know what you think. Catch us at www.950lounge.com, on my Instagram at 950kev. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. You know what that means, you know what that be. It's coming from the Go House. My name is Kevin KP Prize, 950 Lounge, broadcasting Queens, New York, with a nice all-star team today. Obviously, sitting in first, my brother Just the Classic Man's riding here.
Yeah.
And we put together a little all-star lineup to fill in the holes. Just as talented, just as great. I'm going to start with my man Tanny, who's coming out with his own show next week. Good morning, brother.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
To my far right, welcome to the team.
You already know what it
my
is.
My man Grind.
Yeah, everybody.
Grind TV.
My nickname is Grind TV, but it's grindhardtv.com, and I go by Worldarama. Shout out everybody out there watching.
Yeah, I just Grind just comes
I'm on
off
my
evil.
grind.
My man. To my far left, a brother I've known for a long time. We come from different mamas and daddies, but we joined at the hip some way. My man Mike, the moderator.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Rise and shine, everybody. Good morning.
And this lovely lady sitting there. No, it's not Steph Pearl today. It's a super lady. I met her trolling on the internet, and now she told us all her business and divulged all her information. But she's here today on 950 Lounge. The lovely, talented Miss Serena.
Hi there. Good morning.
Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. She's such a good girl. Welcome, everyone. What's going on? Nelson's in the cup, holding it down. Big shout out to him.
What's his name? Mr. Kev?
Not this week.
Kevin?
No, that's
Mr. Kevin? Mr. Kevin? Oh, you're such a good girl. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. I was a part of the show. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. Thank you, Mr. Kevin.
That's because I bring such a kindness and a sincerity.
Man, please. Whatever. I know you. Let's talk about I know. If anybody knows you at this table, I know you.
Here's some dirt.
Huh? Not today.
Nah, no, we don't do dirt. We don't do dirt. No snitching.
Okay.
We don't never snitch.
I'm going to come after your mama-in-law.
See, and this is why we don't do dirt. Because then the shots start getting fired.
I'm surgical with this thing.
Mr. Kevin.
But in any event, it was a long week for me. I spent a couple days in jury duty. And I have to say this to people.
Wait. Did you show up on time?
I was on time.
So
it was my last notice. The notice said, your ass better get here. But, it's like when you do jury duty, it's a great, obviously it's a service we all need to do. But when you do jury duty, people who work at the court should give the jurors a little bit more, respect, a little bit more, courtesy. I'm not in court. I'm not cuffed up.
Wait, where was you at? 161st?
I was for those out of town, I was in Bronx Courthouse.
Bronx Courthouse, okay.
And it's funny because the first day I went, I was like, coming from lunch. So the guy says, "Oh, you can't walk there." I said, "Bro, why are you screaming at me? I'm not cuffed." I said, I'm not cuffed. I'm the juror. Well, I said, I'm just saying. I said, now listen, I might be wrong for saying this, but I don't care. I'm on the state's time today. You're going to hear my mouth. You're not supposed to talk to jurors. I am part of the pool that helps keep you employed. If you didn't have jury people, they wouldn't need you. They might run amok. So then it's funny, his manager heard him, supervisor, and came and said, you know what, you're absolutely right. He shouldn't be talking to you that way. And he said, no, just go this way. And the guy gave me this evil look. So that was day one. Day two, I come the next day. He's on the line. And he's like, I actually forgot who he was. He's eyeball. I said, what? Yeah.
He saw you. He said, fresh meat on the line.
Yeah, fresh. So I was like, why is this guy?
Did he say Mr. Kevin?
No, he didn't say Mr. Kevin. I don't want him to know nothing about me. I ain't using no names. But it's just to say that, you do jury duty. Respect the jurors, But in any event, I got through it, thank goodness. How was your week, Serena?
Full of work, overtime every day.
Now, you work a very unique job. You're a nurse, but you're working primarily with a young kid who's, going through some challenges.
Yes, I service a family, been with him for 7 years, and it's been a blessing just to see him grow up.
Right. So he looks at you as almost like a big sister? Or a sugar daddy?
Sugar mama.
Sugar mama.
He knows. It took him 3 years just to realize that I'm there.
Is that more about him or more about you?
About him.
Okay.
You be in the shadows.
Yeah, like.
How old is he? Right next to him. He's 9.
Oh, he's 9 years old.
But that's truly a blessing for the holiday season. Just you gonna say something?
I'm not doing anything. So if anybody needs me, I'm around. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That was my week. I just chill at home.
Well, that's about ready to change for you.
Yeah, I know,
in a
but that's
big
not
way.
a big way. But
And
listen, that's what I'm saying. Get me now. Anybody that needs somebody that's crazy with a beard, holla at me.
Yeah.
You wanna get your beard dirty.
The establishments are not safe anymore with
Nah,
this new
I'm
situation.
about to come out of retirement.
Yeah, they don't know what's going to hit them. Grind again, my brother, for the umph time. Welcome to the team. I know you got a great situation. You're part of the CBTV lineup now as well.
Yeah, like you said, we just combined forces, so that's a great week. I got a lot of options open and a lot of things happening. Actually, this is my 15th anniversary for my company, Grind TV. We've been on TV in New York City for 15 years. Every Christmas, it's my new anniversary, so I'm happy about that. I just released a single with my sons that actually performed here yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm pushing them really hard.
She said he even actually called himself Joe Jackson. That's my words, his words, not me.
Definitely, because I'm going hard for them. Like I'm trying to make sure that I give them a head start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, like, and it's weird you brought this up, and I don't want to take up too much time.
No, you're good, bro.
One time, one of their mothers said to me, like, "Oh, everything is not all about rapping," and I said, "Yo, this is bigger than rapping. They may be coming in as young artists, but there's so many different lines of success in the entertainment business. You know what I mean? And I know that because I wear so many hats. And I always said to myself, only if I knew what I know now when I was younger and I started doing this business, well, now I can inflict that on my children, you know what I mean, and put them in a better situation. That's why we had called the Hoffs, head of the household. I have to make them heads of their household.
And again, that means
head of the household. You know what I mean? The Hoffs means head of the household because we want our children to be successful providers and protectors of their family.
I can't. You got to say that continuously. That never gets old. Continue to say that because that's so important, especially in this day and age. Mike, the moderator, you've had a pretty interesting week. You had a very interesting interview with somebody that some of us know.
Yeah, man. For those who ain't heard my voice in a while, still out there working on a well-moderated podcast.
That's also coming here
it's
as
also
well.
coming here
the
too.
CBTV
You know what I'm saying? So
affiliates.
on all social media platforms.
Eric Jones is coming to you too, so don't I know that, brother.
So I had I've been putting my feelers out for certain interviews before I head out of town for about a month, and anyone who's familiar with 103.9 FM in New York. Their really only in-house host left, which was La Loca. Had a chance to sit down and kick it with her for a little while, and that was a dope interview. I'd be out soon, and that was.
I used to play softball against La Loca when I was in the radio business.
It was funny because we were talking about it, and I had mentioned, I had threw the Kevin Pryor name out there, and I was like, my buddy Kevin mentioned that. Asked La Loca about softball because she loves softball, and she was like, "Oh yes, you know what? Being Dominican, parents."
Yeah, that was our
the first
rival,
thing
ABC. That was a blood sport. It was crazy. Radio
Ran
battles.
into Curtis Sliwa too, man. Like I found that real
interesting individual,
real interesting dude.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I'm on it now. So
again, well-moderated podcast.
DJ Gully's over there. He DJs for her set. I think La Loca. So DJ Gully is on it. Shout out DJ Gully.
That's what's up. Just like I wanted to talk about, let's want to get into, and Mike, I know you're big into, obviously Trump this week. They've announced that they're going forward with impeachment. Your thoughts, Mr. Moderator, on the ever-changing situation at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? And I think I stumped Mike.
All right, well, I'm not moderator. As you can see, my voice is much higher, not as deep.
Moderator scared me from it.
It's fun to watch. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've been watching it, and it's funny. Like, these people are really just that dumb and that stupid up there. So I just find it hilarious that they keep saying they want witnesses and they want this and they want that, but the person that they're asking for witnesses won't provide the witnesses because the witnesses are being blocked by the 45th. And then you got the Republicans and the Democrats just bickering like 4-year-old kids up there and embarrassing themselves. So this whole political situation that America is in is an embarrassment. And you got other people from other countries just sitting here laughing at us like we are a bunch of idiots. You got these senators going on, talking absolutely out of their backsides about nothing they know about. and they're just lying. And it's sad to see that our politicians, people we pay, that I have to pay my taxes to, my hard-earned tax money to, lie to my face. It's bad, bro. How do you feel
I
about
don't
that?
think Trump cares at all because he's a businessman and he's just in that position.
But you have to
the
care.
power.
But you have to care.
Does he really? Does he
You
have?
have to
That's-
care because at the end of the day, you're right. He's a businessman.
That's why he's not taking the check. Just
But
like
guess-
Bloomberg.
but
Bloomberg
here's
didn't
the
take
thing.
the check.
It's not about the
They
check.
just want the
Well,
power,
Here-
bro.
here's the thing.
I tell you that dudes do care, but the question is, what is it that they exactly care about?
Right,
That's
right.
the thing.
Right. So if priority number 1 through 5, and I only have 5 priorities. If priority 1 through 5 is me, as Trump's narcissistic personality shows you, that priority 1 through 10 is him, then he's right on course with what his policy is.
Yep.
Right? If you look at Republicans and Democrats, their priority above themselves is the party. So everybody's toting party lines. So once again, priority 1 through 5 is them. So they're prioritizing them. Republicans won't go against nothing he says, even if it's wrong, even if at midterms it gets all of the ones that are left ousted. They don't care. And Democrats continue to follow along their line in the sand. They won't set a line of demarcation. They won't put their foot in the ground and be like, this is where it is. They're not going to do that. So, again, they're still taking care of themselves, which leaves, number one, it's disparaging because if priority 1 through 5 is them and I'm priority 6, what that really says is they don't give a damn about me.
Yeah. Tanny, I know you. Again, you're not. The political thing is really not your bag, but you're too intelligent not to be involved in this conversation. So, have you been obviously looking at what's going on? It's hard not to see, and you're laughing because it must be.
I mean, he ain't looked. So, but wait. Be honest. Have you looked at it?
All right, look. The most I know about anything is that Trump is supposedly trying to impeach him. And I've only know that because my grandmother told me. Other than that, I don't know nothing what's going on. So you'd have to educate me for me.
No.
to have an
I'm not
opinion.
gonna educate you. There's a
Yes.
thing called the computer.
That's
It's
a whole
called
show.
Google, my
Yeah.
friend. I ain't got that much time in my life.
You know what?
educate.
Watching anything with CNN or politics seem and feel like to me? Watching Love and Hip Hop.
Very good
Drama
point. It really
for
is.
ratings. So it's like I can't focus past the drama and sensitivity to get the whole concept of what this is about.
You make a very good point because today's media and today's political scene is just like reality TV. And when TMZ is your most credible news source, there's a problem. Because again, if I look at just CNN or if I look at just MSNBC, if I'm just a Fox viewer, we see the world in totally different prisms. And that's the scary part about it. There's no really true news.
But see, that's the best part about it, though. That's the one thing I like right now. There is no true news. So guess what that forces you to do? Watch everything.
But conversely, I would say that the closest to true news are the outlets that
Al Jazeera.
A, people don't mention,
Right.
because B, no one advertises, right?
Al Jazeera.
So Al Jazeera.
BBCs.
I go on all day on Al Jazeera.
Yeah.
I don't feel that there is a better news outlet than
Straight-
Al Jazeera.
straight
However,
conversation, yeah.
because of the Al Jazeera name, because of a lot of the news that was put on Al Jazeera under the Al Jazeera tag prior, I mean like, and no, not Kevin, and I mean like Middle Eastern beheadings.
Yeah.
Of Al Jazeera came in the game under the bus.
Yeah.
But I would tell you NPR,
BBC.
BBC?
BBC. You want two news outlets that give it to you as straight down the line as you can possibly get and let you form your own opinion, it's those two outlets.
What about you, Serena? Your thoughts? I mean, obviously, being a nurse and healthcare is a big play. We're hearing it like if you're a Bernie fan, it's free healthcare for all, which I think is kind of pie in the sky, in my personal opinion. But your thoughts on what's going on in Washington, or have you even had a thought on what's going on in Washington?
I actually do not keep up with the politics for the simple fact that I feel ever since I was alive, no president has done anything for me personally. It's either the rich gets helped or the poor gets helped, but the middle people, we always get screwed over.
So what about your local political figures, your congressmen, your local assemblyman, your city?
I don't keep up with it, no.
Do you feel bad about that being you're a professional woman, professional, you must make good money, you travel like every week.
But taxes kill me.
I'm sure, yeah, right.
She don't have no children.
Listen, have a kid. I know how you feel. I'm 30-something.
Yeah, you see how he quickly
I'm
jumped on
30-something
that?
years old. But listen, I'm at a point where I'm about to just have a child, like, so I can get rid of some of the taxes. Because it's
That's sad.
ridiculous.
He don't want the in vitro. He wants to do it a full metal
Oh
jacket.
yeah, I'm gonna go full metal jacket. Definitely. No. I'm going full metal. There will be no jacket.
gonna shoot
I'm
the
going
club
full.
up.
I'm gonna shoot. Oh
shoot
my
the
god.
club
I got in trouble.
Daddy's not listening right now.
So I'm not on the books, so I don't file taxes.
So
but I
stop
need-
saying that on mic. We're a
Say that
national
out
show.
loud, bro.
I'm not.
We don't know who that brother is. He just showed
I'm
up today.
unemployed, baby. I'm
There
unemployed.
you
I'm
go.
broke, baby.
Yeah, I'm
You're
broke.
So
about to
I
call
need
ISIS
all.
on us.
I need all y'all to do me a favor, right? When tax time come, y'all have to do an experiment for me. Let your tax people know you don't want to be taxed as a federal citizen, and let me know if there's any difference.
Yeah. So when the IRS comes knocking on my door, I'll give you that difference, and you can take care of that for me.
Time out. It's in the document.
Yeah, it's called in the document of the IRS. You gonna pay. That's the document.
It's in the federal document.
Yeah, it's called the IRS. You're gonna pay. You could sit there and
Look, I
say
ain't gonna
that.
lie,
It's not
I
gonna work.
just took the 23andMe ancestral DNA test to find out because I was raised and my mom's always said, "Oh, you're Shinnecock Indian, your grandmother's side Cherokee, and again, blah, 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 blah." So I took this test to see if I was, more percentage of American Indian, so I wouldn't have to pay taxes, restitution, all that. I found out that I'm 79% Nigerian. There's no American Indian DNA in me, period. I don't know how is that possible. So I told my moms that, and she was like, "Oh, they're sending back lies so people don't know their genealogical heritage if they're American Indian because they don't want people to not have to pay tax." And I'm like, I don't believe that.
I'm Cherokee, personally.
I feel like
I know what I
Take the
know what
test.
I am.
Take the test.
you
I
almost
already know
sparked
what
me
I
up
am.
into a conspiracy
Yo,
theory.
you know what's so
I'ma
crazy
hold
though? But I found out because I interviewed a person. Her name is Tanae Jackson. She's supposed to be Tito's daughter.
Yeah.
And she gave me the contact to the Cherokee reservation, and I called them. And I told her, like, look, I was raised to believe that I was always American Indian, but then I took this genealogical test and it says that I don't not even have that, period. She says, we don't even go off of DNA tests. They go off of your grandparents' birth and death certificates.
I need to call him up if I can save
Yeah.
me some tax
Really?
money.
Because if it's off my birth, I'm definitely getting
Hold
Cherokee.
on,
I'm
hold
definitely
on,
on
hold
it.
on.
No, I
Listen,
don't do
if
that.
you can find you can find it. It's in the books. But if you can submit your grandmother's birth and death certificate and your grandfather's birth and death
But if they
certificate.
still alive,
Well, they're just their birth certificate.
Well, just
They
have
can-
him call up.
They
Yeah.
can go.
Grandma's still alive. Grandma is definitely half Native American. That's
Right,
a fact.
but they can go off of their birth certificate. I don't know whatever information they'll find from that, and that will determine how much percentage you are of indigenous people, and then you can go and file to say, look, I don't owe the government anything.
Want me to mess your head up?
Rest of my life.
All right, so thank you. All right, so what I've learned recently during this week, because I've been studying a lot of politics. I'm studying.
It's about time.
I'm studying, but not the same thing that you be knowing.
That's all right.
So
Politics is politics. It's all
one
the same
thing I've always found it weird is how the indigenous people, how they classify them. They classify, oh, you're indigenous because you was born to the land before we came here and took it over. But at the end of the day, you were still born to the land. Then I had to ask myself, well, what separates us from the indigenous people? We're citizens, right? So if you come in from Africa and you want to be a United States citizen, what do you have to do? Swear in. When has any of us sworn?
Well, I can answer that question for you.
Doctor slapped us
Back
in
in
the
about,
No.
back in about 14 or maybe 1800, when they unfortunately brought probably one of my great parents here, and they slapped them in the cotton field, is when I was sworn in, because that's basically how it is.
How do you swear in then?
Because I was born here.
How?
Through family
No,
lineage.
how? So
It's
tell
taken
me.
it to say through family lineage, bro.
Nah. You got to tell me exactly the process of how you swear in.
Bro,
if you
there's
swore
no-
in, you know
no,
the process.
I don't understand what I'm saying. My
He didn't swear in, he
I ain't
just
swear
landed
in.
here.
I just grandfathered in. It's a grandfather
So
in.
think about it like this. If you was an immigrant and you swore in to be a citizen
Right.
and you renounced your citizenship, they come and take you
Yeah.
and deport you. But if
Okay.
you were born here and you renounce your citizenship, there's nothing they can do to you. Why? Because you're technically indigenous and a native to this
That's
land.
not true.
That's not true.
That's not true because
How?
there was just a woman on the news that married into ISIS, right? and she married a couple of guys into ISIS. She went over there into wherever they're
She
from.
got some sugar daddies
No,
over
she
there.
went over there, and then they turned on her.
Oh.
And now she's in jail out there, and she's like trying to say, "Oh, I want to be extradited back to America."
Oh, I heard about that.
And
yes,
they're like,
yes.
"Nah, you betrayed us. Stay there." They're not even. You know how?
Wait, who in the United
whenever-
States?
Yeah.
She's from America,
But
but
you-
they left her wherever she went to.
She wanted the ISIS man, huh?
She
you know
married
why,
to
though, right?
ISIS. She married to ISIS, still American citizen. But then, because she said, forget America, I don't care. Now that all the men just turned their backs on her, she's in jail in whatever country that is.
She's tainted over there.
And
huh?
guess what? She wants to come back. She's still a citizen,
No.
quote unquote.
No.
She never
Because
renounced her
in
citizenship.
one of the laws of how you get your citizenship relinquished is treason.
Okay.
So once you do treason, that's it. Now, not only
But
that,
she
but
married somebody. That's not treason.
the simple fact that if we had a separate government, so let's say you can, because everybody can start their own. So let's say if you had a separate government and we wanted to go over there and get her, we can. But the government's not going to get her. Even though she's
How
a
many
native
guns
to
you
the land.
got? You going over there?
I'm getting there.
Listen,
I'm getting
the
there.
only way, if you renounce your citizenship, you're going to have to leave the country.
No, you don't.
Then you're just not a citizen.
Yeah,
Then
but
you
just,
get no rights then. Then you have no rights.
right.
So then that's whack. Then they can do anything they want to do to you.
Right.
So you rather renounce your citizenship and then you could just get jailed and there's nothing you could do. They could put you in a jail and throw away a key and guess what? Nothing you could do.
But
you ain't a
here's-
citizen. You
but
don't
here's
matter.
the thing about it. Legally,
You
they-
can't. You got no legal rights.
Wait,
You're not a
time out.
citizen.
Well, yes, they're bound by their own laws.
Right.
Their laws bound them from preventing them from picking up a native and deporting them. Because what ends up happening is before they can deport you, they got to find where you came from.
understand
Someone
that.
has to accept you.
I get that part.
So if you're a native to here, who's accepting you? They can
Nobody.
only hold you for
It's
6
called-
months and let you
It's
go.
called jail. That's who's gonna accept you, because they could take you for renouncing your citizenship. They could say, "Oh, you did this." They don't got to prove it because you have no rights. So the only right you have is to not be allowed to do anything. So they could take you to a nice little penitentiary, give you 3 meals in a cot until you enjoy your life.
No,
That's what
but
they did to that lady.
But
Dang,
if
they
you
ain't
look
go
at the
back.
law, because remember I've been
Go ahead. I
studying.
know you've
all
been
this.
studying. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
They can only hold you for 6 months.
Okay.
Then they have to let you go.
And then they kick you out the country.
No, they can't.
All right, so they let you go, and then they just rearrest you and put you back in jail. Good.
Yeah, they can keep. Now, here's my thing. The point I brought it up was not to sit here. You're absolutely right about everything. But my thing is to speak on what he was talking about. Technically, if you are born to this land, you are as much of a native to this land as the indigenous people. Except if it's happened to someone who is indigenous, one of the Indians, the Indian community is coming for their people. When you just renounce your citizenship and you don't have no association with any nation, man, nobody coming for you. But my thing is I feel like it's a good thing. It's a question that's left open for people to
There's
think
no
about.
question that's been left open. If you're a citizen, you get rights. If you're not a citizen, you get kicked out or you go to jail.
Speaking of
that's it.
citizenship,
That's not what I was saying.
Serena, what citizenship for you?
Not at
'Cause
all.
you guys are
Are
killing
you
me.
Dominican?
I was born in this country, so I'm American.
Okay, is your nationality of Dominican heritage?
Yes.
And what else? Because you like some Guyanese or something.
Nairobi or something from.
My great grandmother is Arab.
Yeah, there you go. I hit it.
You
I
said
hit it.
Nairobi.
Why she
Hey,
was walking around?
Africa.
She was walking
You
around
said
everything.
Nairobi.
I said something close. I said that's still in the continent, isn't it?
She said Arab. That's like the
Middle
Sudan, Middle East, Africa,
What
and the Middle
continent?
East.
The Middle East is in Asia.
It's in Asia, bro.
Well, there you go.
This is over Africa.
It's
like
over
my
Africa
brother.
and to the
Well,
right,
it's close enough.
or to the east if you look at it.
East,
on the
my
map.
brother to the east. Everything
Up
good,
to the
Mike?
east.
Everything good, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Just making sure. You got to make sure everything good with you.
Nah, you know I'm square.
No doubt. Well, any
Mike.
event, we thank you for taking a few minutes of your time. If you could have done anything to start your day off, but you started with us. Got a great show live for you. It's 950 Lounge. Come on back.
Hey, it's your boy 950 Kev for the 950 Lounge Show with LeBron James in the radio game, the most electrifying man in media today. And I'm 1/5 of the best team in radio. So I'm joined by my brother Rodeo, the funny guy, just the classic man, the cynic, aka Mr. Roper, backstage Ed, and the lovely, super talented Steph Pearl. It's 950 Lounge every day, all day on multiple networks. So tell us to listen, let us know what you think. Catch us at www.950lounge.com, on my Instagram at 950kev.